7 a.m. All woke up and got ready for the day. None of us had anything practical for walking in, so we all had to wear our normal clothes. We then all packed our own equipment for the day that we needed to take with us.
7:45 a.m. All met up at one house so we can get everything we have in one car, filling the boot with the equipment of a wildlife photographer would normally take with them. We weighed what we were going to take with us also, so it was around £35, which is the same as what a wildlife photographer would be carrying on an average shoot. We also brought with us an MRE military food kit to test and a 1.5 litre bottle of water.
8 a.m. On our way to Bradgate Park by car, all 5 of us fitting into the same car. The park was only 20 minutes away, however wildlife photographers could spend longer to travel to their nearest shoot.
8:20 a.m. arrived. Roshan was spending the day as a wildlife photographer, acting and travelling how they would be. We then unpacked the boot and Roshan had his bags on his back that he needed to take. The 2-bag situation looked uncomfortable and would fall off Roshan's shoulders. We also brought an umbrella just in case it started to rain on the day for some protection. Holding the umbrella in the hand meant that Rosh could not hold the camera whilst walking around. A pocket-sized umbrella would have been better, or even better, a waterproof cover for the camera.
8:22. We then had to pay for parking, which was £3. This was for the whole day. Only 1 out of the 5 of us had the £3 on us.
8:25 a.m. The group then headed off into Bradgate Park. We didn't have a map and didn't look at a map of the park before entering. This may have been a better idea, as it would have indicated where most of the deer were. Straight off we realised we weren't wearing the correct clothing. We should have been wearing waterproof, warmer clothes and something supportive on our feet as we were going off the path.
8:33 a.m. Our first sighting of the day, we decided to sit down to set up a shoot. Roshan put the bags on the ground and started to unpack and take out his camera to start shooting. He realised he should have been carrying the camera around instead of keeping the camera in the backpack, as this would have saved time so he could quickly take the shot and not miss any chances.
9 a.m. Wildlife photographers do spend a long time waiting for the perfect shot, so at this point we decided to wait around in the same position till we got a good photo. After this, not many more deer passed us. We then packed up and Roshan put the camera back in the backpack and got ready to go. It was too much for Roshan to carry the extra bag and the umbrella, so other members in the group carried these around. Roshan ended up carrying just the backpack, the camera and the tripod.
9:10 a.m. Deciding now to try and find an even better place to take photos of the deer, we went walking around for 30 minutes looking for the best location.
10 a.m. We found the perfect place to set up for a while so we could shoot. This time we used the tripod so we can get a steady shot, and because we were going to be in the same position for a long period of time. This was on the top of a hill and it was very windy. At this point we all started to get hungrier. Roshan sat on the rock as this would be more comfortable and less demanding on the body.
11 a.m. We were taking pictures for around an hour when we decided to have food. We used the MRE food kit, which the military use. This was only for one person, but we decided to share it around the 5 of us. During the process of making the food, we kept the camera set up with the tripod so that if a chance came to take a great photo, we were able to. Preparing, making and then eating the food took 40 minutes in total. When eating, we had no shelter, so it did feel cold and we didn't have many layers on, which wasn't the best idea. Our hands were cold as no one was wearing any gloves. The food wasn't very nice, so it still left us all very hungry. We also had nothing to eat out of, so we had to eat straight out of the packet, which wasn't too bad but wasn't luxury. After finishing with the food, we were left with the remainder of it and the packaging it came in. We carried this around until we finished our shoot. We also didn't need all of the water, as only half of it was used with the MRE.
12 p.m. We then decided to pack away and go on mobile shootings, as lots of photographers do stay in one position but also walk around parks and take pictures and look for better spots to take photos of the day.
12:25 p.m. Photographers tend to get into different positions so they can get the best angle possible. So when walking, we use the surroundings to help us take the best photos and get close enough to the deer. We saw that there was different terrain when walking around the park. We should have worn more suitable clothing. Throughout the walk around the park, Roshan kept the backpack on his back at all times. It was heavy and cumbersome.
1 p.m. When walking around, there was fish and ducks in the stream, so Roshan decided to take photos of them. This was another example of a different environment.
1:30 p.m. We went back to the car where Roshan loaded everything into the boot. We were all very hungry at the end of the day and tired after all the walking around. Roshan's back was sore from carrying the backpack for several hours and therefore needed to rest.
Whilst on the shoot, we made use of a Ricoh 360 camera because it is similar to products made by Kodak. Additionally, wildlife photographers may have this amongst their kit when they are on a shoot.